Welcome back in. There is a new clinical psychology practice open here in our area, and one of its goals is strengthening family relationships. Dr. Andrea Mata is here with Dr. Alex Long to talk more about BrightSpot Families. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely. So you started this in Bowling Green, found a spot, opened up, what, I don't know, a couple months, almost 2 months now.
2 months, yeah, because it'll be 2 months on like March 5th, so next Thursday.
All right, what was the whole idea here?
The whole idea, so I had been with the Anxiety Treatment Center of Greater Toledo for like 4.5 years. And then I was just like, okay, it's time. I've made a name for myself. It's time to have my own brick and mortar.
So you brought somebody along with you.
I did.
And you were a student.
Yes, I was.
And inspired to get into and work with her a few years later. Now, this is interesting because you're working with families, but you have a focus on athletes, which I think is really interesting because we've been hearing more and more about the pressures that come with sports. And so really both of you all are working with families and individuals about this. What drew you to that?
Honestly, just being an athlete and having different struggles, talking with Dr. Mata about a lot of the issues that I saw not just within my university, but in the United States as a whole. And just feeling passionate about being able to take care of those athletes really drove me to this place.
What are you hearing from the athletes? What are they dealing with?
I think that right now they're just dealing with a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure, and with like NIL being a thing now in high schools in Ohio, like there's now like, oh, now they've moved to like, oh, can I get paid to play at high school? And I'm like, no, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, and you want these kids to be kids too.
Yeah.
But there's some opportunities that are out there for them as well. So what can people expect? Is this I call, I schedule a session? Is it in person? Is it virtual? What can people expect?
So they would either call or email in, or they can go to the website, brightspotfamilies.com, and they can fill out a form. Who do they want to see, Dr. Long or myself? And then our office manager, Lindsay, will reach out to them, and then she'll get them scheduled. She'll figure out, like, who's the better fit? Is it Dr. Long or is it myself? What's going on? And then we'll do that first intake session where it's like, okay, what's going on? We'll ask them a bajillion and one questions. And then at the end, we'll have a conversation of like, okay, what's the treatment plan looking like? And then we'll get them scheduled from there.
Wonderful. So so far in this journey that you all are on, what have you found to be rewarding about working with patients?
Honestly, just the people, being able to connect and have conversations and see what walks of life that they're coming from, but ultimately helping them navigate to the place that they want to be. Honestly, that's like the bee's knees for me.
I think sometimes we think certain things are just normal. And how do we know when it might be appropriate to pick up that phone and give you all a call?
Yeah, so we were just recording with Eric, and Eric has told the story earlier, like how I've always explained it to him is like, if it's getting in the way of you living the life that you want to live, if it's getting in the way of your social life, your financials, your academics, your work life, and it's getting in the way of those things, well, then it's time to have a conversation.
And we, as you mentioned, the NIL stuff, all of it, there's a whole new world out there and a whole host of pressures and anxiety, as you mentioned. So is there an age range here that we would be talking about?
So for Dr. Long, it's usually 18 and older. Okay. But if it's an athlete, then he goes down as young as eighth grade. Okay. And then I see for individual therapy, I see down to usually 2 or 3, and then I go up usually for individual therapy, I say about 30, but I do have some older individuals, but then I also do couples and family therapy as well.
Okay. So with the athletes, is there a particular sport that you think you might see more, or?
Honestly, I think it kind of goes with the times. With the Winter Olympics closing off, now we're seeing a lot of those Olympic sports. But generally, individual folks who are coming from like golf, track, baseball, football, really all types of athletes, really.
Yeah, but it is interesting that we do have those professional athletes out there. We've had the Simone Biles. We've had, we've had those people who are speaking about it, and maybe hopefully making that something that people can feel comfortable with and say, okay, I can talk to somebody about this.
I see an uptick whenever there's an Olympics. There's always an uptick in people reaching out to me for sports psychology coaching.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's you, if you're saying, hey, my family can really benefit from this. This is the information here on your screen, the phone number, the web address, the address, BrightSpot Families down in Bowling Green. Folks, thanks for being here today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Congratulations. Good luck going
Thank
forward.
you.
Yeah.